What is good, everybody? Y'all tuned in to the one and only Devontae back in the house. Hope y'all had a good Christmas. At least I had. You know what I'm saying? 2, 3, I would say 3 days, because Christmas Eve counts as well. You know what I'm saying? 3 days of, you know what I'm saying, happy times and incredible food. that had way too much food, but thank God I didn't gain no weight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I hope y'all had a good one as well. I hope y'all had a blessed Christmas. And now we're moving on to New Year's Eve, right? Which is around the corner. Hope y'all got y'all resolutions. I got mine. Um, and just hope 2026 we go again. You know what I'm saying? We go again and we're gonna do better. So yeah. As y'all can see by the title, man, we're gonna talk about my top 10 hip hop albums of the year 2025. And this year was kind of interesting though. I thought last year uh, was like just a lot of albums that were banging, and I felt like this year started off really slow. It started off really slow, right? But by May and June, that's when we started to get the albums, man. That's when we started to get the albums that we want to hear, right? That we need to hear. And if I look back at the year of hip hop in 2025, it was probably even a better year than last year in terms of like overall, like everything that go like the Joey Badass versus the West Coast, um, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. No, a lot of stuff like Jim Jones, even Jim Jones with his stupid antics talking about, oh, he better than Nas and all that. And even now, like I just saw that Jim Jones, right, with Fabulous, Mano, and someone else. I think it's Uncle Murder, right? They went at 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving it though. I don't think 50 goes good. 50 is going back into the booth. You know 50 nowadays, he's on the meme stuff, right? He's about like joking rappers to death or something like be more of a comedian, right? 50 lost his passion for rapping a long time ago. But I hope just for all time sake that he gets back into the booth and gives it to them. You know, that's rapping, you know, they said that's the spirit of rap, that's hip hop, you know. No, 50 is not bigger than hip hop, right? Meaning like, you know, you should go back to the booth. That's my opinion though. I know 50 not gonna do it. Like 50 don't listen to anybody. So we'll see, man. But I definitely think if 50 gonna respond, he gonna do it on Instagram. So yeah, I'm not expecting that too much of that though. But yeah. And nevertheless, like I said, it was an interesting year though. And before I set off like for set off my list right with number 10, let's talk about a few albums that didn't make my list, but I definitely want to talk about like just a bit. And before we do that, subscribe to this channel, like this video. Yeah, smash the like button and share the live stream, man. I need everybody to give me their 2 cents on the albums that they think, yeah, this should be in the top 10, right? Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it, man. The first album that's not on my list, but I want to talk about a bit is Ghostface Killah Supreme Clientele Part 2. I felt like the album shouldn't be named Supreme Clientele Part 2. No, when you listen to Supreme Clientele and the production and the way Ghostface was rapping, I didn't get the same feel with Supreme Clientele 2. It had some good songs, but most of it was just But the pause skit, you know what I'm saying? That pause skit was fire, bro. I love that pause skit on that's definitely one of the most funniest skits I've ever heard on an album, man. That pause skit from Ghostface Supreme Clientele Part 2, that to me was definitely a highlight though. But overall, It wasn't bad, but I just didn't like it. I didn't. I felt like Ghostface made better albums than that one. You know. So Supreme Clientele Part Two definitely didn't make my list, unfortunately though. But shout out to Ghostface. Although Ghostface still rapping at a high level. Conway, he just dropped an album. Let me see though. I have to check my phone. He dropped the album the same time as Nas, right? I forgot the name. You can't kill a guy with bullets, man. And shout out to this guy right here, man. Thank you for watching the stream, man. Exo Flow. Yeah, Conway the Machine. You can't kill a guy with bullets, or you can't kill a guy with bullets. The album to me started off a little sluggish, but as the album went along, it got better, right? I still don't think it's better than Conway's previous projects. Like, what's the album he dropped in 2020, 2021 with the Lemon song on it? I forgot, man. From King to God or something like that. Yeah, right. I feel like Conway hasn't really made an album that I really like in a long time though. But this was a solid album though. So unfortunately it didn't make my top list. You know what I'm saying? De La Soul dropped the album Cabin in the Sky not too long ago. And that album to me was like, it was cool to hear De La again, but it was a little boring though. The album was boring to me. But it wasn't bad, but it was just boring. Like it was just like I could fall asleep to the album. So the album to me was I didn't really like it. You know what I'm saying? So but it definitely deserved a mention from me. You know what I'm saying? Just to hear De La again, right? So shout out to De La Soul, man. They're legends regardless, you know what I'm saying? Joey Badass dropped the album Lonely at the Top, and that album to me was very disappointing. Very disappointing. And that album, to me, especially leading up to that album, right? He had that battle with Rayvon and Daylight, right? Trying to go at Kendrick Lamar. And Joey was rapping. He was rapping, you know what I'm saying? And even the beats were solid. And then you hear that album, Lonely at the Top, and it was like not good. Not good at all. Disappointing, man. Disappointing. Another album that was bad, and I made a review about the album, and I also reviewed some of the bars of the album. The Carter 6, Lil Wayne. That was one of the worst albums I've ever heard in my life, man. That album was ass, man. That elephant, what's it, Peanut Stew Elephant, that song, bro, that beat. It was like what made those Casio keyboards or those Fisher Price keyboards, man. And that song, If I Play Guitar, yeah, all right, whatever, man. Y'all already know. Y'all already know that album was shit. You know what I'm saying? Another album that I feel like Skyzoo had an album, right? I thought it was a cool album. I listened to it though, but I haven't listened to it in a while. Let's see, Skyzoo. What was that album's name? Skyzoo had an album. Where's Skyzoo at? I can't. It was Views of a Lifetime. Yeah. Well, it was it was a solid album. I liked it though. I liked it. I haven't gone back to it though, but when I heard it, it was like, yeah, cool though. It had some good production. And of course, Skyzoo has been very underrated in a minute, right? That's for sure. So yeah, man. Now we're gonna get to oh wait. I'm saying like now we're gonna get to the top 10, right? I got my list right here. So let's get into it, man. And shout out to this guy, of course, Deontay in the building. Subscribe to this channel, smash the like button. Let's get to the albums, man. We're gonna start with number 10. Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes. I like this album a lot more than Ghostface album, right? I thought this was definitely one of the better releases of the Mass Appeal Legends releases. Because that was like Slick Rick had an album on Mass Appeal, which was cool. And the Big L album that I didn't really fuck with because it was like recycled verses and all this stuff and whatever. But yeah, this album, Raekwon, The Emperor's New Clothes, definitely was a album that I played a lot. That song with Nas, the Omerta, fire song. Let me see, because I need that Bear Hill was fire. Wild Corsicans with Conway and Benny. I heard that was like an old song that they recorded though, like somewhere like a few years ago, but it's still fire though. West Side was on as well. I like this album a lot, and it definitely made my top 10 of the year. So shout out to Raekwon for still rapping at a high level and still drop a solid project, man. Number 9. Now this might be controversial though, even though to me he's the GOAT rapper. Nas. We did a review a few weeks ago for the Nas album Light Years, produced by DJ Premier. I said that this album is definitely going to be around the 10 to 8 numbering, the 10 to 8 ranking, because I thought it's a solid album. I'm not gonna say it's whack because it still made my top 10, but I expected better, right? Nas' rapping is elite, and I feel like their rapping carried most of the album. The beats, not for me. You know what I'm saying? Premier, I said it on the review that Premier was not, it hasn't been good for a minute, and I feel like if Nas made an album with like let's say Hit Boy or Pete Rock, right? Maybe it would be better, and of course, like maybe people say chemistry, but I don't really fall for the chemistry excuse because Premier and Nas been working together, Of course, not the whole album, right? It's songs, separate songs, but to me, not really an excuse, no. But still, it's a solid album, and it's number 9 on my list, man. And before we move on, let me shout out this guy right here, Godfrey in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So Nas is number 9 though, but Nas by himself though, even though the album was okay, Nas is to me, you can consider him the MVP of 2025 though. Nas is the MVP of 2025. Just off what he has done with the Mass Appeal label, right? The Legend albums, the features, and this album. Nas has been putting work in 2025 though. So Nas, yeah, Nas himself is the MVP, but the album, not. So yeah, number 9, Nas, Light Years. Number 8, Lloyd Banks, Halloween Havoc 6. I like this a lot more than the last Halloween Havoc that Lloyd Banks released last year. Was number 5. I like this one a lot more from front to back. Dope album. But Lloyd Banks released an album this year that I liked a whole lot more than this one. And we're going to talk about it later on, of course, as we get higher up on the list. So number 8, Lloyd Banks, Halloween Havoc 6 though. I reckon everybody that because I know most of y'all don't really listen to like the underground stuff, and if y'all remember Lloyd Banks, y'all remember him from being on G Unit, right? Go check him out. Lloyd Banks has been killing the game for a good minute though. Lloyd Banks is definitely one of those guys that every almost like since 2020, right, to me has been one of my top 5 rappers though. Like Lloyd Banks has been rapping at a high level though. So shout out to Lloyd Banks. and HH6 is on number 8. Number 7, um, very underrated guy. This guy went under the radar until I heard this album, produced by Knife Wonder, Ruben Vincent. Welcome Home. This to me, in terms of like production, is definitely better than Lightyear. So Knife Wonder, like maybe now I should also link up with Knife Wonder though. Just saying. Like Ruben Vincent, this was my first experience listening to a Ruben Vincent project. I never heard of this guy. I just saw it on my Spotify one day, right? And then I was listening to this album and was like, wow, this is actually a very, very good album. And the production, Knife Wonder, classic Knife Wonder. You know what I'm saying? I love like this is a dope album, man. Homecoming, great. God's Children, great. Gotta Get It. I think it was with the Albie Shore sample. You know, so like Queen City, anything. Oh, wait. I should press this shit. Yeah, but Welcome Home, that's a four and a half mic album to me, man. That's an album that if you haven't heard from this guy, go check it out, man. Like he's kind of like it's kind of like a little J. Cole-ish, no, but not. I don't say like you know what I'm saying. I don't want. Let me just not talk about J. Cole because J. Cole has been fucking disappointing me for like a good minute, man. I don't want to talk about J. Cole, man. But number 7, Ruben Vincent, Welcome Home. Number 6, another guy that has been in the game for a good minute, but has been going under the radar though. Nick Grant. I took it personal. Now, this album to me was also in heavy rotation though. I took it personal. This is a good album from Nick Graham. I think this might be my favorite Nick Graham project though. Like a lot of good songs. Let It Rain. What are the songs? Like Let It Rain was on heavy. Like I love that song, Let It Rain. And then let me see. Unforgettable. Yeah, Unforgettable was a dope song. Do You Love Me? Big Timers. Something to Say. It Ain't Personal. A lot of dope songs on there, man. And Nick Graham, rapping at a high level. Nick Grant is definitely very, very underrated though. So number 6, Nick Grant. I took it personal. And then we get to number 5. But before we get to number 5, peoples, subscribe to the channel, smash the like buttons, share the live stream, man. And I'm also still gonna share it again. You know what I'm saying? Before we move on. Yeah. So yeah. So now we get to number 5 though. This was actually top 3 to me. But then I heard a few other albums and I was like, this still made my top 5 though. Mobb Deep, Infinite. A very, very, very well produced project by Havoc and Alchemist. They did a great job. I made a review for this album, right? I gave it like 4.5 mics, I think, and well deserved though, because the way they implemented Prodigy on this album, right? Because Prodigy has been gone for almost like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Prodigy, one of my favorite rappers of all time, especially when he was young, like the Infamous days, Hell on Earth days, Murder Music days. You know what I'm saying? P was lethal, man, and P sounded like he was there in the booth recording those songs. Of course, verses never released, but they Havoc and Alchemist make sure that they made sure that okay, it sounded like Prodigy was there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the feeling that I had, like Prodigy was right there. You know, and the beats have been great. The features as well. I thought Nas was had some dope verses. Yeah, man, Infinite was definitely a very, very good album, man. Mobb Deep, you know what I'm saying? Number 5. Number 4, this guy has been underrated for a long time. Big Crit. And this is a guy that I haven't listened to in a long time, though. Because I thought the last album that I heard, right? It had that song, This Is Me. This is now. I didn't like that album. That album was disappointing, especially coming off the album that he made before that. Let me see what the album name was again. Let me see, because he had an album before he released that album, right? Let me see. Where's Big Crit? Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. That album was, is to me a classic though. That album is a classic. Forever Is a Mighty Long Time. But Big Crit, when it comes to the album making, right? A lot of people sleep on it though, because I felt like when he was the mixtapes have been classic though. His mixtapes are A1, but the albums is like, no, because he had Catalactica, right? That was okay. Life from the Underground I liked a little bit more. And that Forever Is a Mighty Long Time, that was incredible. Yeah, Crit is here. When I heard that, like, Crit is here. That song was dope, but the rest of the album was like underwhelming, not good. And I haven't listened to Crit in a minute. And then I heard this album, right? And this sounded like classic Southern hip hop, like that old school Southern hip hop, that UGK, that 8-Ball MJG, that Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying? Like Fifth Ward Boys, like that type of sound, right? That's what it sound. That's what the album sounded like. That it was like, you know what I'm saying, dedicated to that old school Southern, like that early '90s, mid '90s Southern hip hop, you know. Also Outkast. Let me not forget Outkast as well, because it all sound like Southern playlist, the Cadillac music, right? This album to me was insane, man. Big Crit is back with a bang, man. And I recommend anybody that haven't heard this album to check this album out, man. Dedicated to Catalina Biarritz, Big Crit. Number 4 on my list, though. Number 3, Freddie Gibbs with Alchemist, Alfredo 2. I like this a whole lot more than the first Alfredo. I felt like the production was better, and Freddie Gibbs has been releasing great projects for a good minute. He's been consistent with it. And of course the rapping was good. You know what I'm saying? I really love this album, man. This is my top 3. Another Freddie Gibbs album that made my top 3, because last year he also made my top 3 with You Only Die Once, right? Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2, in my top 3. Number 2, Lloyd Banks again with AON 3, Despite My Mistakes. Now, this album, when I heard it, right, I was like, good. But the more I listened to it, the more I just could not stop listening to this album. This album is amazing. 4.5 mics though, so close to 5 still, but an amazing album. I really like can't stop listening to this album right here, Lloyd Banks, man. Like I said, Lloyd Banks has been releasing solid projects for a while now, and this was one that I definitely was high on my list, because I just could not stop listening to this album. And the bars, man, Lloyd Banks and his bars, man. That Art of Rap song, fire. And so many other songs. But that Art of Rap, that song just stood out to me a lot, man. That Art of Rap song, Lloyd Banks. If we're talking about a guy, right, that you can consider like an MVP for this year in hip hop, Lloyd Banks is another name that I look at and say, you know, if it's not Nas, it's Lloyd Banks. Like Lloyd Banks, shout out to Lloyd Banks, man, for still rapping at a high level and to even release great projects like this. AON 3, Despite My Mistakes, go check it out. Number 2. Number 1, Man, I feel like a lot of people have this on number one, and rightfully so. Clips, Pusha T and Malice. Let God sort them out. This album was highly anticipated, and it delivered. Clips delivered. I was skeptical though, because when I heard Pharrell was going to do the whole album, right? Pharrell, like, he hasn't been making great beats for a while, but and he also don't work with Chad no more because they got some issues. And then I heard the album, and the beats were just like, some of the beats, man. Pharrell delivered though. You know what I'm saying? Pharrell delivered, and Clips, of course. Pusha T been killing it for a minute, and Malice being Malice again, right? Because for a minute he was no Malice. He was on the Christian rap thing. You know what I'm saying? And being back to no Malice, which Malice was rapping at a high level though. Malice was rapping, and even Pusha T, but I feel like Pusha T kind of like, people forgot about Pusha T because of course, like, Pusha T, we've heard Pusha T in the meantime, like because Malice hasn't been heard of like for a minute, and then Pusha T, we've seen Pusha T, like, we've heard him, right? He released albums, he been on features, he been killing it. So I feel like that's why a lot of people were like, when they heard Malice, they was like, whoa, and even me, you know what I'm saying? Because even me, I was like, Malice has some verses on there. I was like, wow. But then I listened to it over and over again, and I was like, some Pusha T verse as well. Like that verse on Mike Tyson, Blow to the Face, that verse from Pusha T, man, jeez, man. Pusha has some great verses though. Like, Pusha has some great verses, but of course, Malice is some verses of Malice and some verses is Pusha T though. Like the features as well. Nas, Tyler had a great feature as well. The Re-Up Gang as well, like App Life and stuff. Yeah. The first song on the album, man, the way this album sets off with Birds Don't Sing, that's of course like a very emotional song. You know, especially when you like, you know, think about like your parents and stuff. If you don't have parents anymore, that even hits harder. So Be It was dope. Title track was dope. Even though the beat switch, I felt was unnecessary though. The beat switch when Nas came for the second part was unnecessary though. What was the song's name again? The Ebita or something. What's that song? Let me see. Let me see the top. Oh, wait. Yeah, Abita. Yeah, Abita. FICO. Ace Trumpets was cool. Chains of Whips. Oh yeah, Kendrick. I forgot about Kendrick Lamar being on this album, man. Kendrick Lamar. Yo, that verse for Kendrick Lamar is fire as well, man. Kendrick Lamar had a fire verse on Chains of Whips from Clips, man. And that beat reminded me of No Church in the Wild, that Jay-Z and Kanye song, Inglourious Basterds. Just this album, 5 mics though, 5 mics. And that is my number one album, hip hop album of the year though. So Clips also can be considered the MVPs of 2025 though. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy right here, just Sham, first time here. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. So yeah, man, that's basically my top 10 of the year. So I'm gonna go through the list again, right? So number 10, Raekwon, Emperor's New Clothes. Number 9, Nas, Light Years. Number 8, Lloyd Banks, Halloween Havoc 6. Number 7, Ruben Vincent, Welcome Home. Number 6, Nick Grant, I Took It Personal. Number 5, Mobb Deep, Infinite. Number 4, Big Crit, Dedicated to the Cataly Buritz. Freddie Gibbs, number 3, Freddie Gibbs, Alfredo 2. Number 2, Lloyd Banks, AON 3. And Clips #1 with Let God Sort Them Out, man. That's the list, man. And I feel like this year, to me, better than last year though. In terms of like the albums and on and everything in hip hop though. Like sort of sluggish, but we're capping off the year with a solid run though. That's for sure, man. So that's my top 10 list, man. Um, how hard was it for you to make a top 10 list? Um, it was the top 5 to me were easy though, but the from 5 to 10 was kind of tough though. It was kind of tough. So it wasn't too hard, but at the same time it was, because I'm talking about the bottom list was like, mm, so it's in the middle though. It was in the middle though. What about Jid? Uh I've only listened to the project once, that Jid album. Um I feel like I like Jid's older projects a lot more though. I feel like Jid is, I don't know, I just don't like the way he's rapping now, because I feel like this is like he's trying to do too much, with the fast rapping, you know what I'm saying? But he had a good feature though on Eminem's album last year though, on Field. He killed that though. But I feel like I like his older albums more though. The Never Story, um, the Caprio 2. I like those albums from Jid a lot more. He had a dope song though with Clips though. The Community, that was a good song. Let's see, because there were some Jid albums that I really like. Well, let's see. The Forever Story as well. I like that one as well. But I don't know. I don't really like fuck with with the way he rapping now. I don't like it though. You know what I'm saying? I like the older Jid a little bit more. Yeah, you like that greedy to the point, Jid. Kind of, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like Jid now trying to do like, I feel like it's the same thing with Eminem. Eminem also like doing a lot of like wasteful bars, like a lot of rapping to rap, and I don't mind that. And also, I'm a fan of that. But like when you overdo it, that's kind of to me like, okay, yeah, it gets repetitive. You know, like I don't mind rappers rapping to rap, because I like Big Daddy Kane, Rakim, um, Cool G rap. You know what I'm saying? I listen to a lot of old school rap. So of course, like most of these rappers that I named back in the day, they had songs where they're just rapping the rap, right? Rapping about, oh yeah, I'm the best lyricist, I'm the best this. It's cool, but not too much though. At least like spread it out. Because you have a whole project that we have to listen to, and if you've already like overbarring us too much, it's no. But I think Jid is not a bad rapper though. I just feel like he's not as good to me as he used to be. But maybe maybe I need to go back to that album though, because I did like Community though. That was a good song, but other than that, like also the voices, since I don't like the voice thing. Like even with Kendrick Lamar, I'm also not really a fan of Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Like playing around with the voices, right? And Jid doing it too. Like Jid like the and the word 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 and the truth and the brand. Yeah, okay, like okay, but shut, bro. How many times you gonna do that whole thing on the song? Like you're gonna rap in your voice, and then some like low pitched voice coming, and then the high pitch, like come on. I don't like that stuff though. No. So yeah, man. I'm gonna check it out one of these days. Now I need to go back to that album again though. But shout out to Jid. No, at least somebody's carrying the Dreamville flag properly. Because J. Cole been disappointing me for a good minute. Like I said, but I'm not gonna talk about that guy. It is what it is. It's almost 3:30 here in the Netherlands, right? Arsenal is gonna play in 30 minutes. So with that being said, I am gonna end the stream. But before we leave though, let me know what some of your albums were that were on heavy rotation this year. Let me know some of like the albums that you had in your top 5 or in your top 10, right? Some of the albums that you feel like, man, people haven't listened to this album really too much though, right? Let me know your thoughts though, because I still have some time, right? Because there are a lot of albums that have been overlooked though, like West Side Gun has some albums, right, that I listened to but didn't end in my top 5 or my top 10. Who else? I think oh yeah, Ransom has some albums that didn't end in my top 5. Top 10, sorry. Benny had an album, Benny the Butcher. I think it was Summertime Butch. Yeah, Benny hasn't. I don't know. Benny hasn't really made a project to me like that I really fuck with like that. I think the last one was Tana Talk 4. That to me was an album that I really liked a lot, and that's a while ago, man. Like even the album that he dropped last year, I didn't really like it as much as Tana Talk 4. I just talking about Benny by himself though, because Benny had an album special that I had high though. Stabbed and Shot too. I think did Denzel Curry drop an album this year? I don't think so. I think nah, Denzel didn't drop an album this year, man. Like, oh. Yeah. Little Sims. Oh yeah. Little Sims dropped the album. I heard some songs though. On the radio. That sounded good. But I need to check the album. Little Sims is underrated though. That's Little Sims album that I really fuck with though. Well, albums though, because let me see, because I have it on my Spotify. Little Sims. Sometimes I might be an introvert. I love that album though. That was a dope album from Little Sims, and Stillness in Wonderland. Like those two albums to me are fire though. But I need to check Lotus as well because I like Little Sims. Like she has some solid projects, nevertheless. Kevin Abstract, I haven't heard. I don't know what that is. So I might listen to that one of these days though. Kevin Abstract. I think I've seen his name pass by, but I'm gonna check it out though because I feel like I missed a lot of albums this year. No, but of course I can't listen to everything at the same time. So I'm gonna definitely put that on. Let's see, Kevin Abstract. I also felt like Mick Jenkins also dropped the album this year that I didn't really listen to yet. Let me see. Kevin Abstract. Blush. All right. Okay. Definitely need to go check that out though. Yeah, man, there's some albums that have not been on my radar, but we definitely go still listen to it, right? Because we got time. So yeah, man. With that being said, I'm gonna end the live stream. Hope y'all like my list, and if you don't agree with it, of course, that's fine as well. Though, like, let me know what your list is. Smash the like button, subscribe to this channel. Even not only just for sports content, but also for hip hop content, because I love to talk hip hop with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's a passion. So yeah, man. Subscribe to this channel if you're new, and stay tuned for more. Right. Today we're also gonna do the Arsenal match reaction against Brighton. Right, which is in 30 minutes. So we're gonna do that, like sports and music. That's what this channel is about, and we're gonna keep it pushing for the next year. So subscribe to this channel, like this video, smash the like button, and share the video. Of course, share the content, peoples. And have a blessed New Year's Eve. If I'm not making any live streams or any videos before that time, have a blessed live stream. Have a blessed New Year's Eve, and have a blessed 2026 as well. Have a blessed 2026, and I hope you have your resolutions straight. What about Aston Villa's run? Aston Villa to me might make top 3 if they keep it going. They have been playing quite well. And Morgan Rogers has been that guy for y'all. So I think Aston Villa might make top 3. Some people say they might end second over Arsenal. It really depends on what Arsenal gonna do today, though. We'll see. So Michael Front. Leave Michael alone, man. Leave Michael alone. He ain't doing nothing, man. Like Michael right now is doing his live stream. I think he's doing a live stream right now, right? I think he was doing a live stream. Yeah, he was doing it. Yeah, he's doing a live stream. Yeah. Arsenal's gonna battle. Yeah. But that's not a mystery though. We all know Arsenal is not gonna win the league. With the way we're playing, Arsenal's not gonna win the league though. Like, I wish I could say different, but this manager, man, and some of these players as well, though. Like, I can't always like blame Arteta for everything. Some of these players also need to step it the fuck up, and the injuries as well. And yeah, we're playing Aston Villa again at home, and I'm scared. Even though we're playing at home, we haven't really playing well, right? We need to, in the course of the last 3 games that we played, we needed 3 own goals and 1 penalty. So against Aston Villa, what are we going to do? I'm already scared for today because against Brighton, I mean, it's not the same Brighton as the previous seasons, but it's still a good team. So I'm not sure how that will go against Brighton. We'll see. I hope for a victory, but let's see. If we're playing away, I don't even think we're going to win. Let me see. Oh, we're playing at home. We're going to win by a goal. I think 1-0. I think just 1-0. And I just see that City won. City just won against Nottingham Forest 1-2, right? Omari Hutchinson scored the first goal. Now, Ryan scored first, and then Hutchinson tied, and then the baller Ryan Cherky won the game for City. So now City's on top of the league, right, with a point. So the pressure is on Arsenal. Now it's Arsenal's turn to respond against Brighton, right? Is Brighton going to be looking like Steven Seagal, right? Or are they going to look like Brighton Munich? We'll see what Brighton going to do. Arsenal should beat Brighton. Yeah, we should, but we don't play like we can beat Brighton. No, that's the thing. Chelsea Villa. Yep. Chelsea Villa, 6:30 Dutch time, so 5:30 English time, right? That's also a game that it can't go anywhere though. Like, it might be a game that I feel like Chelsea might win that game, but it depends. It depends which Chelsea's going to show up though. When Arsenal signs, I thought they're going to win. Yeah, maybe. The thing is, when Arsenal signed Zubimendi and Gyökeres, I thought like maybe this will be the season where we finally get over the line. But I saw the Liverpool signings, right, and it was like, man, Liverpool, right? They're signing Isak and Wirtz, right? You would think that Liverpool would maintain the level or up the level, but it didn't happen though. So I feel like with Arsenal, Zubimendi and Gyökeres, that would have been a perfect contender for Liverpool. And wait, really? Gyökeres work rate? Yeah, Gyökeres has some good work rate, but work rate. Work weight. Wait, let me see. Wait. Yeah, we have to check this out, people. Wait, you know what? Let's check the lineup for Arsenal because I know the lineup is out at the moment, right? Let's check out the lineup. Right, we're gonna check out the lineup. Gonna share the screen with y'all. Ekitike. Yeah, Ekitike. That I wanted that guy at Arsenal because he moves like Thierry Henry. That's a striker that we needed, but unfortunately he went to Liverpool. But I don't know if he's gonna stay there for a long time though. Doesn't mean he can go to Arsenal though. Yeah. Let's look at the lineup, peoples. Rayango, Saliba, Hincapié, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Rice, Marino, Odegaard, Saka, Trossard, and Gyökeres. Now, what I'm noticing right here, where's our right back? Where the hell is our right back, peoples? I don't see no right back. Where's Timber? Wait, who's right back? Who the hell's a right back? Is Zubimendi a right back or Marino? First of all, this is what I was scared of, that Timber was going to be injured. Hey, my guy Zir is in the house, people. Subscribe to his channel as well, man. Zir Talks is in the house. Bro, is Rice going to be the... I don't know, man. Who's going to be the... As a matter of fact, you know what? I hope we don't play 4-3-3. I hope we just play 3-4-3 or something like that. But you know this guy don't do that. Declan, how is that? Oh my God. This guy. Oh my God. And this is what I was scared of. Like Timber, White is gone for a month with a hamstring injury. And now Timber is... This is all my... Great job. Great job, Mick Jong-un. Great job. Oh my God, bro. Our two right backs are out. Two people. No White, no Timber. And you don't even play Nichols. Josh Nichols and get like, oh my Lord. Hincapié is back, so Calafiori is going to play left back. Why? Calafiori played a good game against Crystal Palace as a center back because he's a center back. This manager don't learn, and this is what I mean. Now look at the lineup, peoples. Look at the lineup. Now Rice has to be a right back. What are we doing? What are we doing? But listen, man. Listen. It was a good victory against Bayern, but it's a group stage. I bet when Bayern advance to like the next rounds, right? That's when you're going to see Bayern perform a lot better, right? Because Bayern play when it matters, right? That's Bayern. That's their heritage, right? When it matters, right? Let's say we face Bayern again in the next round, right? Elimination rounds. You're going to see a different Bayern. That Bayern will play a lot better. So in the group stage, I just take it for with a grain of salt. It was a good victory, but if we face Bayern when it matters, like a few years ago in 2024, right? Different Bayern. That's football heritage, no? Oh my God! How's Rice not even right? Oh my God! And then the Zubimendi Rice. The Zubimendi, Marino, Odegaard midfield. Wow. So we got Real Sociedad midfield. Wow. That's the level we're striving for, peoples. Real Sociedad. Oh my God, man. It's a precaution. Yeah, but the thing is, right? If you have Josh Nichols, right? And of course, I know Josh Nichols is unproven, but you have a right back in the youth academy. Just try him out then, because now we're shoehorning Rice as a right back. Trust me, Rice is going to get injured this game because he's not a right back. The movements are different. It's gonna look. Just look. We're gonna check the game in a few minutes. So just please check it. Look, keep your eye on Rice because he might be injured this game. He might get injured. Yeah. We never forget those frauds. On the hook because he karma. Yeah, like, bro, I don't gas that win like a lot of flop gooners do because Bayern, Arsenal have beat Bayern before in the group stages, but when it matters, Bayern will prevail because they're Champions League winners. They're serial winners. Arsenal are not serial winners for a long time. So, of course, I'm not going to gas up. Oh, yeah, we beat Bayern. Wow, 3-1. It was a good game. But when the group stages are when you move to the elimination rounds and you face Bayern again, because remember we had the same thing with PSG, right? PSG last season, we beat them in the group stage, 2-0, solid victory, and then we faced them in the semifinals, and they played us off the park. That might happen again if we face Bayern later in the Champions League. History might repeat itself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to gas up nothing. I'm just happy with the victories, but I'm not going to gas up nothing until Arsenal are in the final itself of the Champions League and lift that trophy. That's when I'm going to gas it up. That I'm not going to gas it up now, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. Arteta. That exactly, man. Triple H with his booking, bro. Like this guy he's so hooked on viral moments. All viral moments. Oh, look, Roman Reigns returns. Oh, John Cena returns. Oh, heel turn. Oh, but no story. Yeah, I swear to God, man. Now, let me show it. CBS free. I think so. Are they missing a few players though? I don't know. I know that Musiala still, of course, like not back, but Leonard Carl been balling anyway, so I don't know if it's gonna be tough though for Musiala to be back in the squad with Leonard Carl though. I think more. To be honest with you, it's both because I also feel like TKO has something to do with that as well. Because it cannot just be Triple H, right? Triple H is just a puppet. TKO are the owners, right? So I feel like TKO also has something to do with that. So it's definitely both ways. It goes both ways with the way WWE has been run. Musiala's back in training. Yeah. Don't rush him though. Like, let him take his time, right? Don't do the Arteta thing, right? Oh, he's fit. Back into the pitch. Back onto the pitch. There you go. Win me some games with a half healed ankle. The ankle's not fully healed, but you can win me some games. Win me some games, Musiala. That's what Arteta would do if he was the manager of Bayern Munich, right? If he was the manager of Bayern Munich, he would rush him back with a half fit ankle. If that's true though, I don't know. I don't really follow Bayern like that though, but yeah, but that's how it's supposed to be though. Like Kompany knows what he's doing though. Kompany knows what he's doing. Kompany is a good manager, man. I rate Kompany though, because for you to make Burnley a good footballing team says something though. Kompany been getting some brain cells. Yeah, like Kompany. You know what's with Kompany? Kompany learns. He wants to learn. He's eager to learn. Arteta don't learn. He don't want to learn. He thinks he already knows it all. That's narcissism. And narcissism can be deadly. Unfortunately. Yeah, true. Deontay has a point though. Like Deontay, I think he's German, so he knows more. He knows it better than I do. Well, I wish I was watching more Bundesliga, but We'll see though. Like winning only the Bundesliga. Of course, Bayern always should strive for more though, and I feel like every Bayern fan agrees with that. You know, saying like Zero would agree with that. You know, just the Bundesliga alone isn't enough, right? You need to win the Pokal. That's been won in a while. Champions League hasn't been won in a while. So I agree with that though. Like Bayern is the top club, so top clubs should strive for like the trebles or the quadruple, like the quadruple charge, right? The quadruple charge and all that shit. If it's just a league season, yeah, yeah. Because if it's just a league, right, you might as well just get another manager that actually can win you some more though. Like you should be able to win some more. But let's keep looking at the lineup though, because I feel like look at the bench. Look at the bench. All right, so Gabriel's on the bench. Why? If Gabriel plays today, I'm gonna lose my shit, bro. Gabriel should not touch the pitch today. Gabriel should not touch the pitch. Let him rest. Jesus, Eze, right? Because Odegaard and Marino and Zubimendi have to form into the Voltron or Real Sociedad, right? Meanwhile, this is Arsenal. This is not Sociedad. Martinelli on the bench. I understand that though. Norgard, I hope Norgard sees some minutes. Madueke, Nwaneri, and Lewis Skelly. And I hope this guy right here, Nwaneri, is going to see minutes today. And not 10 minutes, at least 25 minutes. At least 20 minutes. If it's 10 minutes, I'll still lose my shit. Because the way you be treating that guy is there's no reason to treat him like that. You know what I'm saying? And all these flop gooners now coming to like talking about, oh yeah, but what y'all saying, oh, you don't overplay him like your mom, all time, this, time, that. That's not the point. The guy still deserves minutes because Nwaneri is talented and he's good. I'm not saying that Arteta don't play the kids, right? Because he's been playing Dowman for sometimes and Lewis Skelly, right? But Nwaneri is getting mistreated very, like, come on. I'm not saying that the guy should start, but there are games where he could play. Like, especially in the League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. There are games where he can play. I'm not saying that he should be a starter now because he's still 18. He still need to prove himself. But give the guy some minutes, man. A fucking disgrace, man. Gabriel runs back. Yeah. Gabriel's not fit. And I hope he will not see game time today. I just hope he won't. Gabriel return. Bro, if he's going to return, if Gabriel's going to be in a game for Villa, if he's going to play that game, season's over him. He's going to get re-injured. The nerve to sing. Exactly, man. Like, listen, if we people talking about quadruple charge, man, like, bro, we don't have the right to talk about quadruple charge when we haven't even won a single trophy. I agree with you. If we were winning trophies in the meantime, like let's say an FA Cup, a League Cup, right? And if we have won a title in the meantime, then I could say, okay, a quadruple charge, understandable, right? But we haven't won anything for us to say, oh yeah, quadruple charge. I hope it's possible, but I still think it's a fantasy though. I really don't think it's realistic. I'm curious to see what the lineup will play against Chelsea. Looking at it, knowing Emery, he might throw away that game against Chelsea. He might throw away that game. I'm not saying that he's going to like not play to win the game, but maybe he's going to play for a draw. And then against Arsenal, he'll go gung-ho. Because you definitely want to make sure that Arsenal know that y'all fumbled the bag. But yeah, people, the game's going to start in 10 minutes. It was a nice video. You know what I'm saying? Nice stream. Always happy to chat with y'all, man. Zir, of course. Subscribe to his channel. And we're going to see what's going to happen against Arsenal, Brighton, right? And of course, Tuesday, Aston Villa. We'll see where that is going to go. 2 tough games, so we'll see what's going to go, man. Subscribe to this channel, like, smash the like buttons, and share the live stream, and enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be back later on with the match reaction for Arsenal Brighton. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, I am out. Peace, everybody.